So I've been making a couple of shots about the Silent Hill F teaser, and here's gonna be my attempt at explaining the entire teaser using what I've learned so far. We start off with a foggy scene of a rice field with one scarecrow visible. The scarecrow seems to be cosplaying in a female student uniform. Strange scarecrow. Now this is most slightly far-fetched, but this is one of the reasons why making this kind of video is so fun. So yeah, there is a deity or god in Japan called Kuebiko, who is a self-aware scarecrow who cannot walk. Kuebiko is worshipped as a god of agriculture or scholarship and wisdom. We can try to explain this one as a self-aware entity or our female character that will show up in a bit surrounded by fog and nature but is unable to escape. It's also just a prop to show you the setting and period of the story, but yeah, let's just let our poetry and imagination run wild on this one. Next scene, we are shown an old Japanese district. The fog covered a small town and there are no human or any creature in sight. The store on the right side is a sweet toy store, you know, like in that anime. And this one, and also this one. It's good to note here that the sweet and toy shop is the only store name that is visible here. There are other stores in the back, but the writing is not visible. I wonder why. Well, keep watching. The doll that you can see here is called the Ishimasu doll. Ishimasu doll is a doll that is made to represent young children. There are both male and female versions. Keep that in mind because I'm gonna link random stuff together to make me look super smart later. One of the most popular Ishimasu doll is called Okiku. The doll is given to Okiku, a 2-year-old, by her brother. However, not long after, Okiku died, and the family has been keeping the doll at the shrine. As time passed, the family start to notice that its hair starting to grow longer and believe that the doll is possessed by Okiku's spirit. Later on, the family donated the doll to the Manaji Temple in Iwamizawa City, which is still reside today with personal hairdresser trimming its hair regularly. Cutting to the next scene, and similar to the Ishimasu doll we just saw in the room, we see our female student character also alone looking at the shrine of sword, but more likely it's a grave. A group of red plant and flower are grown there. The flower that can be seen here consists of a red spider lily or the hikanbana, the sakura flower, a type of chrysanthemum flower, and I'm not sure about this last one, but it looked to me like the anemone flowers. We'll get to the meaning of these flowers later. There is also a Jinzo statue there looking after the grave. Jinzo is a god deity who is said to protect children and travelers. It also said that Jinzo also protects the soul of unborn children, babies, and children that die before their parents. We can now at least assume that this is the grave of a child. Are they someone from the same family as the girl, a sibling, an unrelated child, or perhaps even the child of the female student? We won't be able to guess for now. However, with Jinzo's head being chopped off like that, I don't think he'll be protecting anyone. It is good to note at this point, the only red we've seen so far is the red from the flower. Oh wait, what is that thing? Probably some sort of mailbox or something, but yeah, you can see they try not to make the red to stand out too much compared to the flower. Anyway, I was saying the first resurrecting red are these flowers on top of the grave, so it is fair to speculate right now that the outbreak starts from the very grave, or the cause of it are this grave. Right, I guess it's a good idea to let you guys know that the pipe you see the girl drag around later in the teaser is visible at the bottom right of the scene as well. Perhaps she grabbed it from here, I'm not sure. Anyway, cutting to the next scene, the shot is taken from inside one of the building, looking out and seeing the girl that's already started to drag the pipe around now. I don't know if the pipe weighs like 10 toddlers or if she's been holding it for a long time and starting to drag it around instead. You can make your own conclusion for that. From the angle she is heading toward though, it looked like she's moving away from the grave and going into the town. This is when we're introduced to another saturated red object in the form of red vine. Or I don't know, some sort of red string? However, it looked like this red thing's following her from the grave. Next shot, we see a nearly upskirt shot making us forget for a little bit that it's a horror game teaser. It's a pretty cool shot of the way she dragged the pipe around, reminding me of my broski pyramid heads. Anywho, you can clearly see that there is no red color where she is heading toward. So maybe we can use our imagination again and speculate that the red vine hasn't infected the town yet, but it is a fact that the girl is the one that leading the red vine to infect the town. And finally, we cut the earlier town scene again, now covering in red vine, including the sweet toy shop. And yes, if you haven't seen the link right now, I guess I'll just spell it out for you. Is this clear to me, or at least the delusional me? That's one of the theme is the loss of youth or a young death. Starting from the imagery of the Ichimatsu doll, then the only visible of the toy and sweets doll, which of course you know is a shop mostly visited by children. And lastly, we are seeing Jisoo statue and the grave. Alright, you can stop applauding and cheering now. Okay. You're not impressed. I see. Anyway, since you already watched this far, maybe you could just watch till the end. Then we cut to the shot of Ichimatsu doll getting corrupted by the red vine as well. This sort of foreshadowing the girl's fate to come as well, as everything she passed by is getting corrupted. Despite how long she kept going, the red vine still chased, trying to grab onto her. We then see the girl walking up some sort of stair, surrounded by the red vine, without a pipe she can use to defend herself, nor a shoe to help protect her feet. What I'm trying to say is, yeah, the shot just show that she is defenseless, okay? Finally, we are seeing this red vine slowly starting to infect the girl. With the last strength, she pulled herself away and start running up the stair. But to where exactly? My monitor might be too shit to see, but to me, it looked like darkness. So it's feel to me like this represents an endless path going upstairs. If you have a better monitor or can see something, maybe you can tell us about it in the comment. Anyway, the red vine start to surround her from the front and it start to sprout some sort of flower, then everything fade to black. The teaser then cut back to the girl on some sort of raft, and in front of her, there is a gate, or what the Japanese call the torii. This gate acts as an entrance from the mundane into a sacred place. This location possibly represents the Sansu River, which is a legendary river located in between the world of the living and the netherworld, where the soul will have to cross the river in order to reach the other side. There's 3 different ways the soul can cross the river depending on how much sin the person has committed in their lifetime. The first way is to go across the bridge, the second way is to walk through a forge, and the third is a stretch of deep water infected by snake. However, in this case, we are shown with the close-up shot that the raft the girl is on is made of multiple different flowers, and the red vine has indeed infected her. To me, it showed that these flowers are what will lead her to the other side. So rather than trying to cross the river on her own, it's the flower and whatever it's representing that are forcing her to cross into the next world instead. At this point, the way the shot is shot, I'm unsure if she has entered the gate yet or not. However, we are seeing a bunch of human limb, or maybe some sort of doll limb. It is hard to tell, but the way the material reflects the light, it doesn't look like human skin, but more like some sort of plastic. We slowly see a ton of higanbana, or the red spider lilies sprouting from this limb, creating a field of higanbana, making another reference to the Sansu River. As they said that, on the other side of the crossing, the field of higanbana can be seen blooming. The raft then seems to have stopped in the middle of the field. More flower can be seen glowing rapidly on the girl's body as she looks up at the camera. Oh wow, she can still move. Let's hold a shot here and check out some of the flower glowing on her and their meanings. Despite seeing a ton of red spider lilies surrounding her, it is not on her. The red spider lily, or the higanbana, is the flower that symbolizes final goodbyes and giving to the people that are about to embark on death and the cycle of rebirth. Now let's move on to the flower on her head. Those last ones look to me like a type of chrysanthemum flower. There are many kinds of chrysanthemum, however this one is in curved petal one. They can come in different colors. They symbolize royalty, rejuvenation, and longevity. The white one especially represents purity, grief, and truth. It is also the flower used by the Japanese imperial family as their symbol. This one on the left side looks like a cherry blossom or sakura to me. Sakura of course represents fleeting beauty and kindness. The sakura flower also blooms twice in spring and autumn. Lastly, this small one with different color that have large yellow pollens in the middle look to me like a type of anemone. It also looked a bit like an orchid, however the pollen looked to be too big for the orchid, so I'm sticking with the anemone. Anemone symbolize anticipation in Japanese culture, as the flower will close up at night and open in the daytime. Finally, we saw one single line of tear dropping down from the girl, most likely showing regret or just to show that the character is still able to feel emotion even in their current state. Then the effing face fall off, revealing the hollow void inside the girl. Jeez, that was pretty creepy. It's hard to make out what all this mean, but I'll just do a few rounds of drink and with some imagination, I'll make some bullshit up. Okay, so I feel like the field of higanbana represent death, and perhaps the death of many people. As you can see, many of them bloom. But what the heck are they plastic? It could represent how the girl viewed these people, as Silent Hill like to play a lot into symbolism of the cognitive mind. Yet surrounded by death, the girl and the flower represent beauty, purity, and even grief. This could possibly be how the girl is viewing herself, then the face fall off, showing that really inside is just nothing but hollow. Or it is just a cool way to give tribute to my man Junji Ito for his contribution to PT, the Silent Hill that never will be. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. If you want to know what the F in the Silent Hill F mean, I suggest checking out this shot I made next. And if you haven't realized, I like looking up interesting game related facts, mixing in some bullshit, then share it with you guys. So if you like that kind of stuff, I appreciate it if you hit the sub button. And yeah, don't forget to check the Silent Hill F video. Okay, bye!